Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with the bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So today we're doing a trope that makes me completely panic because I overthink this trope every time. But Mandy, what are we doing?
Romantic suspense. I don't know why you're overthinking it.
I do. I overthink it and I'm like, is this romantic suspense? Because I don't normally write that down when an author puts it in there. And then I'm like, you know what? Did it feel suspenseful to me? Sure it did. It's going on the list. So if it's not suspenseful, I don't want to hear about it because it'll make me cry.
Think though that just like some books can be suspenseful like in the angsty type way. This is more suspense and like a mystery element of danger type way.
Yes, and I do have all of those.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be okay. Fingers crossed, we're gonna be okay. So
I know. I had said that we should do this because we haven't done it in a really long time. And you're like, I don't read romantic suspense. And I'm like, pretty much every dark book you read is romantic suspense.
Yeah, I still overthink it. I did. I was like panicking. I mean, we have another video we're gonna record later, and I had like a laundry list of books that could fit into that one. And then I went to this one and I was like, oh my gosh. Like I was panicking. So
see, I struggled on the other one more because I was like, no, taboo, no, this. And like I went back and forth on that one. But we can talk about that in that video. Okay, let's dive in.
Okay, before we get started though.
Subscribe button.
Sorry.
Please. Our channel has not been growing lately, and I'm not sure what we're doing wrong. So if you're watching, if you hit the subscribe button, it would make me feel better. Thank you.
I wouldn't get those panicked phone calls from Mandy going, we haven't grown this week.
It's weird. Like we were growing pretty steadily, and now it just feels like we've kind of hit this weird roadblock, and I don't know what's happened. I don't know if the algorithm's changed and it's not working in our favor or what. So anyway, we would love for you to hit that subscribe button and like and comment and tell us what are your thoughts on romantic suspense? And do you have a favorite?
Yeah. Or do you panic like I do and don't even realize you're reading romantic suspense when you're reading romantic suspense? Okay. Well, let's go back. I'm going to talk about a book I read at the beginning. I know. I see that. I read this book back in January. Mandy has talked about this book a few times. We heard a lot about it last year, but you're going to hear about it now.
What if it's a book I have flagged?
Well, then we're screwed, aren't we? I have a backup if we have to. So this is Skies of Fire by Lindsay Pogue. Do you have this one on your list?
No, it wouldn't even have crossed my mind.
But it is because they're trying to survive. See? It's very suspenseful. You don't know who's gonna die. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's like a whole thing. So we're going for this one. Okay, so let me talk about it real quick. So this is about Ava and Knox. This is Lindsay and Kay Webster both wrote in this world. It is a post-apocalypse, or it's in the middle of the apocalypse type world. And so the stories go together. You can read them either one or read them individually. You're fine. But this is about Ava and Knox. Like I said, Ava is really struggling, and she lives in this very small town, and she takes care of, I think she was her foster mother or her grandma. So she's a ward to somebody. She takes care of her. She's dying. But things have been happening. There's been fires breaking out across Texas. There's a tsunami that happens in San Francisco. There's all these things that are happening. The world is ending. And so when all these fires break out and these things start to go wrong, there's this rich ranch boy who is our Knox character, and he and her meet up. And I can't remember, it's been a while since I've read it, but they meet up and they basically go and try to get to safety together. And this is their love story. This is their survival story. It is very suspenseful though. Because again, there's potholes opening up everywhere. There's fires. There's all sorts of crazy stuff that happens. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, I'm going to just jump right into it with Catherine Cowles, because when I think of romantic suspense, I can't help but think of Catherine Cowles. So this is the only one I'll have of hers in this video. This is All the Missing Pieces. I love this one a lot. I love the van on the front cover as well. So Ridley is a true crime podcaster, and she lives out of her van and with her cat, and she travels around following up on different leads and different situations where people have gone missing, because her twin sister went missing. I don't think I wrote down how long ago it was. It was a while ago. And so she's dedicated her life to trying to find her sister. And so that's how she ended up doing the true crime podcast. And she follows the similar kidnappings and things that meet up with or match up with what happened to her sister, trying to establish a connection and trying to track who she believes is the person that did this. So when she gets there, the sheriff meets her, who is our hero Colt, and Colt is not happy that she is there, and he is not holding back on letting her know this, because it's his younger sister that she is there to interview, and he wants to protect her. That really is desperate to talk to her and try and get answers to what she believes is the very first victim of the guy who also took her sister, but the only known survivor from this situation. So this is so good, has lots of romantic suspense elements in it, and it was just phenomenal.
Okay. Well, the next book I have is a trilogy. I've read the first two. The first two have audio. The third one's not quite out yet. This is Psyop Kings by Kay Webster. This one will make you question everything, because you don't know who to believe in this one. This is about Romy and Caius. So Romy is in college, and she's got a buddy in this college class. They're working on projects together, and the girl goes missing. She's a very mousy, quiet girl, and she just goes missing. And the college is giving all of these excuses as to oh, she just dropped out. It's no big deal. And she's like, but she was here on scholarship to make her life better. She wouldn't just drop out of school. And Romy is also the daughter, I think she's the daughter of a senator or somebody high up in government, and she has a name to back her, and so she can get into certain elite circles and things that happen. So she goes on a mission to figure out what happened to her roommate, and that is where she finds out about this crown. It's a group. It's like not like a secret society, but it's like a group that they do things for the government. They do a type of brainwashing type situation for the government. And that is where she meets Caius at this banquet that they're at, where she's trying to find her friend. She runs into Caius. He is the psychopath. He is the most unhinged guy out of the three brothers. And she catches his eye. Next thing she knows, she is waking up locked in almost like a box in a basement, and she keeps being knocked out with drugs. She has no clue what's happening. Caius starts to tell her that he is her boyfriend, that they've been together for years. She knows that she has some mental issues because of some things that she went through as some trauma as a child, and so she's been on medication. She is now off her medication. She doesn't know what to believe, and we don't know what to believe. And it is so good. It is so suspenseful. You don't know who to believe.
Yes.
A real mind
that
game.
Actually reminds me of just thinking about Calla Reed's Fairfax series.
Yeah.
And so you can go check out, I don't know, do we have a romantic suspense playlist?
I don't know, because I think we've only done this once or twice.
Link that one, because I feel confident we talked about those.
Probably. I'll look through it and see if we have it in there, but I'll link our other video. I'll make a playlist for these.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What you got next?
All right. Next, I have What's Left of Us by B. Celeste. So this is one where you kind of don't know exactly what's going on either. So we have Georgia and Lincoln. They were married. They're no longer together. They see each other occasionally, but their marriage is over. We don't know why, though. We do know, though, that Lincoln is a detective and his partner was shot and killed, and he blames himself because of things that he was doing to try and protect Georgia from her father. So exactly who is her father? Why does he have to protect her? Why is their marriage over? Because we see flashbacks and they seem to have really, things seem to be really good between the two of them. But her father is involved in some mafia stuff. So what exactly is her father doing? Why are they no longer together? There's just all of these questions, and it's just so good. And it's page turning. So that's all I'm going to tell you. Go read it. I loved it.
Okay. All right, I have a hair that is like stuck to my chapstick. It's driving me nuts. Okay, so the
like
next book,
chin hair or a facial hair.
haha, very funny. It's just a part of this hair that's stuck down there.
Okay.
You're hilarious at chin hair. Good gravy. I mean, it's not. It's not.
Chin hair sometimes.
I do, but I try to shave my face with the facial razors. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but I do sometimes. You've been around me when I've done it, or right after I've done it. It's okay if you use the facial razors. Anyhow.
I have no idea what you're even talking about, but okay.
Okay. Anyhow. Okay, so the next one I have is another trilogy. Shocker. But this is the St. View Prison trilogy by L. Thorpe. This is Locked Up Liars. Now, this one she does list as suspenseful. So I wrote it in my book when it happened. It's suspenseful. She says so. Okay, so this is a why choose, but this is about May. She's had a crush on her sister's ex-boyfriend for quite a long time, and she sees him in a bar one night, and he ends up going back to her place, not necessarily to hook up, but to just kind of spend some more time together and to get to know each other a little bit better. And so they both get really drunk that night. They both fall asleep. He wakes up the next morning in her sister's bed, covered in blood, and her sister has been murdered, and the knife is in his hand. And so he gets thrown into prison. May takes a whole hot minute to realize that there's just no way he could have done this. Like, that's just not him. And so she hires this buddy of hers, a guy that had a crush on her in high school, who is now a lawyer, to be the lawyer for our jailbird here. And she also maybe starts a relationship up with a friend, a guy that she meets who is the prison worker. He's one of the, what do you call those guys? I can't remember what you call them. The guys, he works there. Thank you. Corrections officer. Thank you. He keeps him in there. He keeps him in prison. And so you have a lot of questions as to who murdered the sister. There's other things that start happening where May's life is in danger. There's a lot happening in this book. So it does have suspense in it. It's not as suspenseful as some of the other ones that I have on my list, but it is suspenseful because you're questioning a lot of that. And there's a lot of prison stuff. There's a prison riot. She gets caught in there. She gets stuck in there. It's great. Because she goes there to teach. So she can get close to her. I forgot that part.
All right. So next I have a book called Smash by S.M. West. And we have Grayson. Grayson is a rock star and Daisy is a former model. And Grayson met Daisy when she was pregnant with her son. The son is now 2. And they became like best friends because he's been in love with her since he met her. And he realized she was going through a lot of stuff had happened. She was going to be having the baby and raising the baby by herself. And so he just really felt like what she needed was a good friend. And when she was ready to think about dating, he was going to be like, hey, throw his hat in the ring type situation. But now he's gotten to a point where she is ready to date and she's going out on dates, and he's kind of freaking out that maybe he's been friend zoned. But we get to the suspenseful part because there's a whole bunch of stuff from her past that is going to come back, and somebody is following her. Somebody is not happy with the decisions that she's been making, and things that she thought were true are not actually true. And so it just gets very, very wild from this point forward. But Grayson will be there by her side.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. No, it's not. Dun, dun. It's not. It's not that bad.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that most any dark mafia type book will work for romantic suspense. I do have a next one because, again, I struggled with this trope. But we're going to talk about Beautiful Torment by A. Zavarelli. This is her newest release that came out last month. Why Won't My Fingers Work? And I really enjoyed this one. This is about Abella and Angelo. Abella has a stalker He's doing things like sending her rare flowers that are only in her mother's garden, or like they're really rare to get. It seems like he's got eyes everywhere, and he knows where she is. He knows what she's doing before she does it, and she'll get text messages telling her not to do something. So it's a little freaky deaky that way. She might enjoy it a little bit though. But she was engaged to Angelo when she was younger. It was an arranged marriage situation. Very happy about that. And Angelo ended up going to prison. He took the fall for something, ended up going to prison, and now, and right after that happened, she then was given to his brother in an arranged, in that same arranged situation. Like, it just transferred to the brother. So she's been stringing him along. He's been stringing her along for about 6 years. And now she's got the stalker, but Angelo is back. And there might be a kidnapping scenario that happens on her wedding day, and the stakes are going to be high, people, because this isn't our IVI world. There's a lot going on. It is there's a lot of suspense elements to this one.
Okay.
Hey, what's your next one?
Well, my next one is obviously romantic suspense, but it's a little bit less dark, but there's definitely like a romantic suspense like happening. So we have Libby. Libby is a childhood star. She's now a young adult, and she's ready to take a break from Hollywood. She basically flees California and this guy named Brad, and she heads to this island off the coast of, I think it was Maine. And it's a very, very small island, and people go there to summer. So the name of the book, obviously, Summer People. Oh my gosh, did I not tell you guys the name of the book?
No, I was waiting for you to take a breath so I could be like, what's the name of the book?
So the name of the book is Summer People by Brittany Nicole and Jenny Barra. Oh my gosh. So that's where the title comes from, people, is the Summer People part of the island. So the problem is the locals are not very excited that she's actually there to stay and not just there for like a couple of days, or just came across on the ferry for the day. Like, she's actually staying in a house that she has a fond memory of when she was a young child, of being able to spend time there with her mom before her mom passed away. So now it's just her and her dad. They've kept this house the whole time, but she's not been there. So she goes to stay there, and she meets I didn't write his name down, or her name down. So she meets Fisher, who's the next door neighbor. Fisher is the guardian to his niece. Libby and the niece really hit it off, much to Fisher's he's not super happy about it. He's just like, think really grumpy sheriff. And he's kind of closed off, and the two of them are going to spend time together because they're now neighbors, and he kind of feels bad for her that people in town aren't being super friendly to her. And there's somebody who's like really, really not happy that she's there, which is where we end up getting the romantic suspense part, because some stuff is happening and it gets pretty intense.
Oh, sorry. I was reading something.
It
doesn't like my finger. I tapped it like 4 times. It would not go over. Okay.
Were you listening to Nirvana?
No. Why was I listening to Nirvana?
No reason.
Because I'm wearing plaid? Flannel? No, I was not. I mean, but it's always
the grunge.
My grunge, yeah. Okay, well, it is fall, okay, in the Pacific Northwest. We wear plaid. Like on Wednesdays we wear pink. We wear plaids. Mean Girls, on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Okay.
Oh my. Okay, so guys, I promise at some point I'm gonna sit her down and make her watch all these movies. I swear. How do you not know that? Wow. Okay. Well, let's talk about my next book. I think the author actually considers this horror. I consider it suspenseful.
I've heard people say that before. I thought it was just like
on Wednesdays we wear pink. It's from a movie. It's from Mean Girls.
Oh, does that have Alicia Silverstone?
No.
Nope. Okay, nope. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, anyhow, my last book. Like I said, the author calls it horror. I think it's more suspenseful thriller versus horror, because some of her other stuff is a little more horror, and that is Death Valley by Karina Halley. I can't get over her. Okay, so this is probably going to be like my number 1 or number 2 book of the year. I love this one. So this is a dark cowboy with a mixture of White Walkers woven in here. This is about Aubrey and Jensen. I just love that his name is Jensen because it makes me think of Jensen Ackles. Then I picture Jensen Ackles, and then it's like a whole thing. But this is Aubrey and Jensen. Aubrey's sister has been missing for several years. She has been looking for her sister. This also has a lot to do with the Donner Party. We read a story at the very beginning about the Donner Party, and it does tie into this whole scenario. But Aubrey finds where this guy is a tracker, and he has found this person who has was missing in Donner Pass, which is where Aubrey's sister, I think it was 3 years earlier, went missing. Her sister kept saying the mountains were calling to her, and so she and her boyfriend went hiking through Donner Pass. Well, now Aubrey is desperate to find her sister. She knows her sister is not going to be found alive, but she's having dreams and she feels like her sister is calling to her. So it is time for them to go into the mountains. So she basically bribes Jensen, who is our grumpy, surly cowboy, into taking her into the mountains with a team of people to look for her sister. And oh boy, do they encounter quite a lot when they get into those mountains. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But this was the one that I was like, I don't know that I can read it once it gets dark. But it was so good, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat where you just don't want to put it down. What's your last book?
My last book is called Wild for You by Kristen Proby.
Okay.
So this is about Aaron and Remington. Remington is the single dad of 2, and he decides that he needs a nanny. He's also going to be a cowboy. Woo! And what?
I said, woo!
So Aaron works at the local coffee shop and is friends with his sister, and she applies for the job, and I think it's kind of a reluctant situation, but I might be remembering that detail wrong. He hires her, and the 2 of them start to kind of fall for each other. But there is a reason that Aaron has left Seattle to go to Montana, and that reason might be following her, and that might make him very concerned about the safety of his girls.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. That was really brief. I'm sorry. Should I have gone into more detail?
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
Unless you think you need to.
It was good. I rated it 5 stars. Like, it was really good. I think it's hard to talk about romantic suspense without giving stuff away, because this was like, I remember reading it and not really knowing what was going to be happening. Because
a lot of these, especially like Death Valley and those ones, I went into completely blind. And I think it just adds to the suspense that you don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go, guys. 10 romantic suspense
for your spooky season.
Spooky season.
Because Jessica likes spooky season.
So, I'm not a huge Halloween person, but I do like curling up with a spooky book.
Which is weird because then you can't sleep. Because you get nervous.
Yeah. I like to go into my living room, close the blinds. I have to close the blinds. I can't look out. And turn the fireplace on and just curl up on my chaise.
I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I never close my blinds. Except for in my bedroom, because I don't want like the light coming in the morning.
I always close my blinds because I don't want my house to be a fishbowl.
Yeah, but you have neighbors.
I do. Yep, that I do. So, all right, let's wrap her up.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. I think Jessica's going to tell you that too. So sorry, I don't know my lines, and we've been doing this for almost 3 years now. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And that's not, oh my gosh, this is what happens when we record in the evening.
We're a mess.
So this is all Jessica's fault. Please direct your complaints to her.
Yeah.
I'm also missing football right now because of this.
Well, then start talking and wrap it up.
But I don't hear your husband yelling, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's because he's in the living room and all the doors are shut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and Wednesdays, especially this month, for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.